Hey, BattleBots is back with season 4, and this time all of the judges are past competitors. There's me, Lisa Winter, Derek Young, and Jason Bardis. I went into the pits a few days before the matches to ask this year's competitors a few questions from you, the BattleBots fans. Enjoy. Alana says, what design choices were made to get a higher score with the judges?
Ooh, what did they do for the judges? Oh, that I can tell you. Follow me. I have recruited Fire. Spitfire is now on Team Toad for this season. So we have a stun gun with gasoline dripping out, or whatever volatile fluid that it actually is.
That's definitely
other than
that,
it's just basically I brought a spinner to a spinner fight instead of bringing a lifter to a spinner fight.
All right. So Jeremy from Facebook asks, what is the most underrated material used in combat robots?
The most underrated material used in combat robots is probably aluminum.
Yeah?
Yeah, because it's in everything. It's really strong, but then you don't think it can take a hit, but it doesn't need to because you've got all that steel on top of it.
Exactly, the layering. Yes. So I see this is all, was it 6061?
Yeah, this is all 6061.
Yeah.
That just holds all the steel parts together.
Lovely. Thank you very much. What is the number one thing that has changed the way you build robots since the 2000s robot combat era?
I would say lithium polymer batteries, because the energy density is just so awesome that you can squeeze so much more into a bot. And to get the same power levels that you used to do back then, you would have had to have half of your robot would have to be filled with batteries. So I think that's really enabled the biggest evolution of bots.
So Isaac asks, why do so many awesome robots have exposed wheels?
So it's a lot cheaper to do it that way, and there's like some people like them, they do double wheels, but it's like most of the weapons, they are strong enough, but usually it's not a problem. It's like the tiny bots, like some of the wheels for a D2 kit, those are to duckkick.com. They have stone wheels, and you can like take out so much chunks of it, and it still rolls. But it's like some people protect their wheels because they don't have a lot of wheels and they want to serve them. But if people have a lot of extra wheels, they do that, or they don't protect them, and they're usually fine.
And why do you think some people, like if you put armor around it, what can happen?
Well, sometimes your wheel gets caught on the armor or something. It's also more expensive.
Yeah.
And it weighs more, so you can't put it much into your weapon or your wedge or your drivetrain or something.
Yeah. So it's definitely, there's pros and cons to both, right? Yeah. Well, that was really good.
Thanks.
Thank you so much. So Kyle asked, what is your preferred method for battle readying your components?
Okay, so you need to cushion everything, get the electronics out with foam, if possible flame-proof foam. We put some epoxy inside the motors, inside the magnets, so they glue well. Let's see what else. I think that's the main thing, cushioning.
Yeah, you've got some Loctite, whole bunch of Loctite.
Yeah, of course, Loctite for the vibration. Sometimes also getting rid of a few connectors, just soldering them directly.
Yeah.
It's also a good tip.
Simpler, keep it simple.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Try to get your switch with something around it so it doesn't pop open.
Yeah.
And also cushions.
Yeah, that's really good advice for all the new builders out there.
Thank you.
So thank you so much.
Thanks.
Let's start off with what is your favorite tool and why?
My favorite tool, I would probably say I've got a 12-inch circular sander. It's a disc sander, and I use it for touching up everything.
Really?
And I didn't bring it with me, unfortunately, because it's a big tool. But
well, I'm looking at your robot, and that is not the tool that I would think about.
No. But I use it for small parts, big parts. I mean, it's one that I use almost every day. So
Do Do you just use it to finish all the edges?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, anything I need to, if it's the wrong size. I don't do CNC milling, so this is my option of being able to touch things up.
Yeah.
That's one of mine. Bandsaw comes in very handy. I use that all the time. But otherwise, there's pretty common ones. Otherwise, those are the two that come to the top of my head, I'd say.
Awesome.
Yep.
Yeah. All right, so Instagram questions are a little bit shorter.
Okay.
I feel like we should do sort of rapid fire because you're very
Oh,
fast,
and I
fast
should
wit.
do off the top of my head and free association?
Yeah. I mean,
Okay.
you're great. You're great. What power source do you use?
Batteries.
What is your favorite tool and why?
My Vera Craftform Compact
Oh,
is my
yes.
favorite tool with the bits stored in the handle and the fun sonic screwdriver appeal. And then you pull that out and boom, now you put it in your drill.
That's so good.
It's
so
right
good.
on me. Yeah.
All right, what's the most potentially dangerous mishap you've had while prototyping a robot?
That'd be a Megabots
Yeah,
question,
yeah.
and that would be a hydraulic fitting flying off the crimp and hitting the Lexan that was like 1 inch from one of our engineers' faces.
That's not good.
No.
How has controlling the bots evolved as computers and software have become more involved?
I would say that controlling the bots has become, we allow ourselves more complicated control schemes because they're more accessible because the software proliferates, but the motion control systems have become more available in recent years. So now you have fancy like multi-axis motion controllers. So I would say it just allows us to get more complicated at a grassroots level.
Very good. That one's too long. Okay, what major... Oh no, you need a robot?
Do you want your robot?
I just wasn't like when I put the photo booth. I just thought they're using it all or not.
No.
Sorry,
Steal your robot
sorry about
back.
that. All right. Anyways, what major should I go to university for if I want to start this?
If you don't have a mechatronics major at that school, maybe systems engineer or mechanical engineer, and spend control systems engineer.
Or an art degree. I'm
Yeah.
just saying.
Or an art degree. Yeah,
I have one of
Paul
those.
has a liberal arts degree.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, and every time that technology just gets even etc. etc. I mean, the last time we got fun and just push over to the override. Yeah.
All right. So I picked a question I think would be very good for you guys since you have a really beautiful paint job, beautiful robot. So this was from Facebook. What design choices were made to get a higher score with the judges?
To get a higher score with the judges, one of the things we did is we made this super strong, thinking that it's almost impossible to penetrate the shell. And also we tried to make sure that no matter what happened, we could still have motion. So we have a special turtle feature where we can pull our wheels up into the shell. If we're getting too beat up, we can protect ourselves. So hopefully we survive better than anybody else.
I don't think that's been done before, so that's pretty innovative. From Kenny on Facebook, he says, what have you learned or what changes have you made in response to viewing or participating in previous seasons?
How technical should I get?
Just very highly technical.
One thing I learned is not to use 70-75 aluminum
Really?
as armor.
Was it cracking too much?
It's too brittle and it shatters.
Or as anything. So John Reed specifies 7075 and we never use it. We always get him 6061. And then when things break, we can weld them up and refinish them.
True.
So
But I like to use them sometimes as shafts that don't have a heavy load.
what about titanium?
I use that too.
So what's the new chassis made of?
This one?
Yeah, the new duck.
Oh, duck is 60-61 aluminum.
Oh, okay.
Good quality. It's the best
Yeah.
choice.
More malleable.
Yeah, it bends instead of breaking.
Very
because you don't want to shatter. You just want to have a big chunk taken out of you, and you can carry on going. But 75 will blow to bits.
Yeah.
So
Very true.
that's a good lesson.
It's a good lesson.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Yeah, so this is Shatter underneath all of the extra pieces. So we've got a lot of titanium armor all around the sides and back and front, and on top we've got half-inch thick polycarb plates. But when we go in the arena, we don't look like this. So we have a lot of these top panels that go on top of the polycarb. These are hollow 3D prints. These are decorative panels to complete our look. These are designed to like shatter off of the robot. Part of our namesake is that these tops are going to go flying. It'll be really fun. So those aren't really armor, but around the front and the sides, we have these pieces. They look really cool, covered in the mirror vinyl. Behind that, they're actually solid UHMW polyethylene plastic. This stuff is extremely durable, so they make commercial food handling equipment out of. It's extremely abrasion resistant, and it slows down spinning weapons really well. So we bolt these over the front. That's what gives us a lot of the cool tessellated look that we have. And that's designed to be ablative armor that's going to come off in bits and pieces and chunks as the spinning weapons hit it, and it'll keep people from getting to our titanium beneath that. So the whole thing is designed to sort of wear away over the course of the fight, deaden the impacts, keep the robot behind it nice and safe.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Cheers.